Assalamualaikum, hi and good morning everyone. My name is Nuraliya Mardiah Binti Sarudin and today I will be representing my awareness talk titled Tackling Toxic Workplace Culture, Creating a Positive, Ethical and Respectful Workplace Environment. This presentation is part of my business ethic SMP15503 course and I will be speaking from the perspective of an HR officer raising awareness among employees. Throughout this session, I explain what toxic culture means, its cause, relevant laws in Malaysia, real case example, the impact on both employee and organisation, and how we can prevent it together. To define the main topic today, to make it very clearly and understanding, first I will explain what is a toxic workplace culture mean. Toxic workplace culture is an environment where negativity, fear, and stress dominate daily work life. It's not just about one person being rude, it's pattern of behavior and attitude that spread across the organisation. This often comes from poor leadership, lack of respect, or unfair treatment from the workplace. Toxic culture can affect morale, productivity, teamwork, and even employees' mental health. A famous quote says, "Culture is not what we say, but what we tolerate." This means that even if a company claims to value respect and teamwork, if it allows bullying or favoritism, the true culture is toxic workplace. Okay, next, we want to know what the cause of toxic workplace that happen in our employee. There are several key causes of toxic workplace culture. The first one is poor leadership and micromanagement. When managers try to control everything, employees feel like they have no voice. It creates stress, low trust, and no creativity at all. The second one cause is lack of communication, of transparency. When management hide information or fail to explain decision, rumors spread and employees lose their confidence to their manager. And third one is favoritism and discrimination. When certain people are treated better due to personal bias or background, others feel demotivated and excluded. So, finally, bullying and gossip. This is included verbal abuse, spreading rumors, or isolating others. This behavior poison the environment and destroy teamwork. All of these causes show why ethical leadership and open communication are so important in workplace. So, I want to give an example. For instance, if a manager always praise one staff and ignore the other, that creates a resentment. Means that they have a favorite, so the others will they ignore it. So it will become a toxic workplace in their employee. Okay, next we talk about laws in Malaysia for employer and employee. Malaysia has several laws that protect employees and promote ethical behavior. First one, the Employment Act 1955, Section 40 and Section 20. It protects workers from unfair dismissal and mistreatment. HR must follow proper disciplinary procedure and ensure fair hearing. The second one, the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 is HOSHA. This law reminds employers that safety is not only physical but mental and physiological also. The third one, the Code of Conduct for Industrial Harmony 1975. It encourages employer and employee to maintain respect, cooperation and good communication in workplace. In addition, many companies have HR policies such as anti-bullying, anti-harassment and whistleblowing. This framework makes sure employees are protected from unethical behavior. As HR officer, we must ensure these laws are followed by employer and an employee to make their workplace better. Okay, next, to demonstrate a real understanding to a local, I will give you a real-life example toward this toxic workplace culture. Let's look at a real Malaysian example. In 2023, the Malaysian HR community conducted a survey and surprisingly, 68% of employees say they had experienced toxic workplace behavior in Malaysia. The most common issues were bullying, poor management, and public humiliation. One case involves a retail company where a supervisor insulted staff during meeting. Eventually, several employees resigned, and HR had to step in to handle complaints and retrain the management team. This example shows that toxic workplace culture is not just theory. It's something many Malaysians actually face it in their workplace in Malaysia. Okay, next I want to talk about what the effect in this case to the employees. These effects on employees are very serious. Constant stress, burnout, and anxiety can harm mental health and even physical well-being. People lose their motivation and creativity, so they stop contributing ideas in their work. Toxic culture also creates isolation and low trust to each other. Employees are avoid to speaking up or collaboration to each other in their workplace because they feel stressed. In the long term, you will see absenteeism and high resignation rates because employees would rather leave than stay in negative environment of the workplace. This is why HR must focus on emotional well-being, not just a performance. In this case also, they does not affect on the employee. It's also effect in their organization. What the effect in organization? The organization will feel low productivity happens when employees are stressed and unmotivated in their company. Second, it leads to a negative brand image because words spread fast on social media. Once the reputation is damaged, it's hard to repeat another one back. Thirdly, company face high turnover costs because replacing and retraining staff take time and money to make it back before the toxic happen. Lastly, legal and ethical risks. When mistreatment happen, company can face lawsuit and government investigation in their case of employees reported. So building a positive culture is not only the right thing to do ethically, but it also protect the company financially and legally. Okay, now let's talk about what the solution that we have to do to prevent toxic culture in workplace. First, encourage open community. Employees should have a safe, anonymous way to share concern or idea. So it's make them feel better if they have idea, but they're scared to say it physically. Second, organize team building session to rebuild trust and improve collaboration. The organization should make a team building with the employee once a while so they can build their team building. Third, train leaders in emotional intelligence so they can manage people with empathy and fairness so they doesn't have an issue about favorite. Lastly, recognize and reward positive behavior. When the employees see that respect and cooperation are valued, they are more likely to repeat those behavior in their workplace. This step with a workplace where people feel heard and appreciated in their work toward the organizer. Okay, next, if the toxic behavior does occur, it must be reported properly. Here how the process usually works. First, the employee files a complaint either directly to HR or through the whistleblowing channel. Second, HR will investigate confidentially to ensure a fairness. Third, if proven, disciplinary action or mediation will be taken. Finally, fourth, HR provide counseling and culture rebuilding programs to heal workplace relationship between employees each other. This process protect both employees and the organization by the maintaining transparency and trust toward each other in organization. As HR professional, we are the role model for the ethical behavior. So they are the thing to our responsibility for toward employee. First, integrity. We must act honestly and transparently in every HR decision. Second, fairness. Handle a complaint without favoritism or bias any employee. Confidentiality. Protect employee information and keep investigation private. Don't spread it everywhere. Accountability. Ensure every action aligns with company value and Malaysian law. When HR practice this ethic consistently, employees feel safe and respected towards them. And that's how a positive culture grows in their workplace. Okay, that's all for me today. To conclude our session today, a toxic culture doesn't just hurt employees, it witnesses the entire organization. Building a positive workplace starts with a respect, awareness, and open communication. When every employee feels valued and supported, productivity and loyalty will naturally increase on their own. Remember, a healthy culture creates a happy people, and happy people create a successful company. Thank you very much for your attention today, and I will see you again. Bye.